Record. Hello, my dear students. Today I am going to start the first topic of the Module 5, that is generator cost curve. To explain this topic, there is a requirement of basic understanding of the generator operation, how the power is generated at the generating end or at turbine end. Then let's start. You can see this is the basic diagram of the basic gas turbine. Here you can see this is the part of generator, and this is compressor, this is turbine, and this part is the combustion chamber where fuel burn and it produces a large amount of vapor, right? And this vapor is injected at the turbine blade, due to which turbine gets rotating, and this rotating turbine combined with generator shaft, which rotates the generator armature winding, and you get output AC power. Now we have to understand how much fuel or heat energy or inputs at the turbine and how much we get output in terms of temperature, and we can calculate the efficiency using this formula, right? The role of compressor is to inject fresh air at the combustion chamber, and this is the fuel. This fuel 100% means there is no mixing of the other things, any air or vapor, and when this fuel combined with fresh air, it's burn and produce heat. This heat is this heat energy used to produce the vapor, and this vapor are injected at the turbine blade, right? Now you can see the input heat temperature. Input temperature of the vapor at the turbine blade is 1150 centigrade. It's a general value, and output is 550 centigrade. The formula is in terms of the formula of the efficiency in terms of the temperature is 1 minus output heat plus 270 degree upon input heat plus 270. In this formula, we get the maximum efficiency of the generator. This is the 42%, right? Typical efficiency of the generator is around 30 to 35%, right? This 42% is the efficiency of the turbine, right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, when we will try to improve the efficiency of the turbine, then let's see the next slide. The combined cycle power plant, in this case, to improve the efficiency of the overall efficiency of the generator, we recycle or reuse the exhaust gas. In previous one, this 67% gas exhaust get out from the turbine in the environment. There is no reutilization of these exhaust gases. But in this one, this exhaust gases again recycled through heat recovery steam generator. This heat is again, this heated gases again used to reproduce or heat the water and converted into the steam, and this steam is again utilized at the steam turbine, and again it's this steam turbine connected with the generator and produce some energy, output AC energy, right? This means this wasted exhaust gases again reutilized through the heat recovery system, right? And through this mechanism, efficiency can be improved up to 60%, right? Then you can see these are the basic function of the generator, basic terminology and the basic functions, and this will be used to estimate the generator cost curve. Basically, generator cost curve includes 4 different type of curve. First one is input output curve. Second one is fuel cost curve. Third one is the heat recovery curve. And fourth one is the incremental cost curve, right? And we will understand basic definition of these curve through the next new page. Just I will try to explain these topic, right? Okay, you can see here these basic curve definitions. This is basic curve or fuel cost curve, heat rate curve, input output curve, and incremental cost curve. Basically, these curves are drawn at the generator end through by the simulator, right? What is fuel cost curve? The fuel cost curve specifies the cost of fuel used per hour of the generating units. Means how much fuel is consumed by the generator to generate the per unit power in megawatt, right? This is a monotonically increasing convex function, right? Means when I will show this curve in using PPT. First, you have to understand that what is the curve, what is the basic definition of the curve. Second one is the heat rate curve. The heat rate curve plots the heat energy required per megawatt hour of the generated electrical output, right? How much heat energy is required to generate the 1 megawatt hour of the electrical power, right? The heat rate curve indicates the efficiency of the unit over its operating range. It's always shows the efficiency. Generally, units are least efficient at the minimum and maximum operation of their megawatt output, right? Efficiency of the curve is minimum, least efficient, means minimum at the upper and lower end of its curve, right? Upper and lower end means minimum and maximum portion of the megawatt output. Now, what is input output curve. The input output curve is derived simply from the heat rate curve by multiplying it by the megawatt output of the unit. Right? When we multiply the input output curve by the megawatt output, then we will get the input output curve. This yields a curve showing the amount of heat input energy required per hour as a function of the generator output. How much heat energy is required to generate the generator output per unit power of the generator output, right? This is the input. And now incremental cost curve. By multiplying the input output curve by the cost of the fuel in per dollar MBTU. This is the power of the heat energy MBTU, BTU, British thermal unit. BTU is also known as a British thermal unit. M for mega BTU. One obtains the cost curve for the units in per hour, dollar per hour, right? This means incremental cost is again derived from the input output curve when we multiply the cost of the fuel, right? By taking the derivative of the cost curve, one obtains the incremental cost curve, which indicates the marginal cost of the units, the cost of the producing 1 more megawatt of incremental at that unit. Okay, let us see the PPT. For reference, this is the power of the British thermal unit. 1 BTU is equal to the 1054 joule, and 1 mega BTU will be 1 into 10 to the power 6 BTU. Okay, and in terms of megawatt power, it will be equal to the 0.293 megawatt hour, and 3.14 MBTU will be equal to the 1 megawatt hour. Means 1 megawatt hour will be equal to the 3.41 mega British thermal unit, right? This formula will be calculated efficiency in next step. Now you can see this is the input output curve. This is the axis of the power generated power in terms of megawatt, and this is the y-axis is input output, right, in terms of the MBTU per hour. How much input heat energy and input and output heat energy in terms of the mega British thermal unit per hour, right? Is it clear? You can see here, initially power generated, generator output is 0 up to some input output heat energy. When thermal energy is produced, you can see this section, when almost it's 4 to 500 MBTU, there is no generator outputs initially. And when power start generating, it's a linearly increasing. When input output thermal energy increases, then the output of the generator power output will be increased, right? Is this clear? The input output curve plots fuel input versus net mega output. Means how much fuel input is given to generate the per unit power in terms of megawatt in a generator. This is the basic curve and basic definition of the input output curve, right? Now the fuel cost curve. The fuel cost curve is the input output curve scaled by the fuel cost. Means this is the, now we will calculate the input output curve in terms of fuel cost. Before in previous slide, this was input fuel, and now it's multiplied, calculated fuel cost. Means how much cost is required to generate the single unit or per unit power of the generator. This will be similar because fuel cost can be calculated by the input output curve by simply multiplying the cost of the fuel per unit required to generate the per unit power of the generator. Right? Is that clear? Hence, this fuel cost curve will be similar to the input output curve. Right? Now the heat rate curve plots the average number of MBTU per hour of the fuel input needed per megawatt of the output. Right? How much heat rate MBTU per hour, how much British thermal unit required per hour to generate the per unit power of the generator in terms of megawatt. You can see this is the generator power in megawatt, and this is the heat rate in terms of the mega BTU per megawatt hour, right? And you can see this is the lowest point. This lowest point is the best for the most efficient unit, right? What does it mean? It means at these points show or represents the minimum heat rate is required to generate maximum power. You can see if you shift towards left side, this means heat rate gets increasing, while when you will get shifted right side, heat rate become constant, no further decrement. This means this point is the best or most efficient point for that given generator. At this point, efficiency of generator will be maximum, right? Now incremental cost curve or marginal cost curve. This plot is plotted between incremental cost and generator power, right? Plots the incremental cost per dollar per megawatt hour as a function of megawatt, found by differentiating the curve, the cost curve, right? Incremental, you can simply understand this is the differential cost, and you will get this function by differentiating the basic cost function. And when you plot this differential cost versus generator power output, you will get this type of curve, and this is known as the incremental cost curve. You can see here, generator output is 0 up to 13 or 14 $13 per megawatt hour, means up to this much cost. This is the initial cost. Up to this cost, there is no output. Hence, when you will apply to decide the tariff for the power or the electricity, this constant cost must be recovered from the customer, and this factor play a major role in deciding the tariff or the cost function of the electricity to the consumer. Okay, and You must note that all these four curves for the generator cost curve. All these curves are most important to decide the generator cost or the electricity cost, right? I hope that all these curves are very clear to everyone. If there are any doubts, you may ask anytime to me. Okay. Okay. Now, this is all about this topic. Thank you.